So I often get messages saying, Jolene, can you please help me fix my space? Something is just not working. Help, please. Really, when it comes down to it, good design comes down to like 5 or 6 essential key elements. First, you want to create balance with the visual weight, heavy and light, symmetry and asymmetry, color pops versus neutral tones, and old furniture versus new furniture. So those are some things that you want to mix in and keep in mind. And when you get that balance right, you do get a well-designed space. So today we are going to be doing a virtual makeover for 3 different spaces: 1 living room, 1 dining area, and 1 bedroom. 2 of these are personal friends of mine, and 1 of them I got off the internet. So by the way, guys, I am not good at Photoshop. Okay, I don't want to say I'm not good. I think I did pretty good for my first time. This is my first time using Photoshop, so be kind. But for any of the furniture that you guys see, if you want links to it, go ahead and drop in the comments links, please, and I will make sure to put those links in the description. Some of you guys might not know, but we are doing a 2K challenge. So as soon as we get to 2,000 subscribers, I'm gonna give a free virtual makeover to 3 lucky subscribers. So make sure you subscribe, and as soon as we get to 2K, I'll drop a special video. So you actually might want to put your notifications on too, so you don't miss that video, because I'll be using that video to select the winners at random. Anyways, let's jump into it. All right, so this first makeover is for my friend Leah. Leah is such a ray of sunshine, and I want to give her the space of her dreams. So she is originally from California. She's new to Michigan, and her space needs some pulling together, I would say. Right now, she just has the basic essentials, and it doesn't really feel lived in. So we want to bring some life into her space. She is a college student, so we want to make sure we keep it affordable, but there's a few little minor touches that we can do to really improve the whole look of the design. First off, it's not Christmas anymore, so we should remove this Christmas tree. So first, I'm going to go ahead and remove the Christmas tree. Next, I'm going to add some curtains. This is really going to draw the eye up and make the space feel a lot more grand than it actually is. I'm using a light linen curtain for the design. Also, I forgot to mention, I'm gonna pretty much keep all of her big pieces of furniture, like her sofa, her side sofa, and her credenza that she has the TV sitting on. So those 3 things I'm gonna keep. I am gonna swap out the coffee table. By the way, curtains just make a space feel finished. I wouldn't say all apartments and all spaces need curtains, but almost like 90% do. Next, you want to ground the space. A rug is essential for any space that you have. You want to make sure you have a big enough rug that it touches the edges of each piece of furniture in the room. I told Photoshop that I wanted a cream floral type of rug, and this is the best that I could come up with, but these are the ones that I was actually looking at. I'll put some mood board comparisons for you guys so you can see my preference, but I used Photoshop AI, and you guys don't know how long I was trying to get a rug in here, so we're just gonna have to go with this one for right now. But as you can see, it does already make the space feel more together and grounded because there is a rug there. Now, I did get rid of the coffee table, which is fine because I wanted to get a rounded coffee table anyway. Right now we have a lot of squares going on. We have the square rug, we have the square TV stand, and then also there's these rectangular edges from the sofa. So we want to have the eye rest a little bit, and we are going to put in a rounded coffee table. I'm going to go with a light wood coffee table that's a little bit more modern. That's another thing, mixing the old with the new. I have a newer coffee table that's more modern, sitting on top of a more traditional rug. Also, some of the furniture, like the sofas, are a little more traditional, so it's a really nice contrast. So you have this big space behind the sofa, and I'm gonna put a big piece of art there. I'm gonna put a piece of art that I like. I wanna definitely bring in some color into this space, but really I'm just trying to show you guys how to think when you're designing a space. What are the rules, I would say, of design, so that you could take any of these principles and implement them to your own curated style. And next, I'm going to pull from that art piece yet again, and I'm going to add in this orange this kind of muted orange pillow, and it kind of brings everything together really nicely. I'm going to pull from the photo again, and I'm going to add an accent chair. So as you guys can see, we have all this empty space between whatever is like behind the living room going in. There's this weird break, and it's just empty, but I feel like we can step it up a notch with getting an accent chair or two to really like lean into that separation. So I'm going to go a complete 180 and get a really like postmodern, funky, colorful chair, because even though we have the art piece and the accent pillows, we could use an actual piece of furniture that has color. So I'm going to draw from the art piece yet again, and I'm going to use this orange boucle accent chair. Now we can talk a little bit about weight in a space. Both of the sofas are pretty heavy, and I would also say that the art piece is heavy as well. So I'm going to create a little bit of lightness with this accent chair. Also with the coffee table, it's a little light too. I chose a light color intentionally, and it really just creates a breath in the space when your eye is passing through. I also chose this accent chair because I believe Leah is technically Gen Z, and I feel like this is a very Gen Z chair, so I put this in here because I don't know if it's her style at all, but I am putting it in because I think it goes with the design. Next, I'm going to fill this empty corner with a side table. It's always nice to have a side table or some item that you could place your drinks on outside of the actual coffee table. I'm going to add in a different texture now, and I'm going to use this stone like coffee table, and I'm going to put it in white. And then I'm adding another source of lighting as well. This is a Target lamp. I just thought it was classic and would add that extra ambiance to the space. I've really been into stacked books lately. It's definitely something I tried in my home. I'll have to show it to you guys the next time I do a home update. And I feel like it just adds this casualness to the space. It makes it look lived in, and it adds character and just a bit of nostalgia almost to your design. So I'm gonna put a stack of books right next to the other sofa. And then lastly, I'm just gonna add in some other lighting options. A professionally designed space has other lighting options outside of the main light source. I'm going to add in a modern standing floor lamp off to the side by the books. Like I said earlier, Leah is a student, so she can use that little corner to work in, do some reading, and now you have the finished completed space. If you guys look at the before and then the after, it is a huge transformation, and it definitely looks a lot warmer, a lot more inviting, a lot more cohesive, and just more lived in. Let's go to the next design. Okay, so this next space is from my friend Stan. He just moved into like a bachelor pad. If he heard me say that, he'd be like, well, it's not, but it really is. So he has this like bachelor pad downtown, and I am going to help him figure out what to do with this random space that he has off the kitchen. But I don't think what he realizes is that that is the dining space, because right around the corner is the living room, and then you walk in, there's a kitchen, and then down the hall, I haven't been there, but this is what I'm assuming are the bedrooms. And so this little space when you walk in is actually walking right into the area where you should eat. I toyed with a few different ideas for this space, like a bar area, but I actually think that it's going to be essential to create a dining area here. I'm going to definitely put some photo examples up because, like I said, I'm a beginner at Photoshop, so I couldn't visually get it exactly how I wanted it to look, but you guys will get the gist of what I'm going for, and I'll make sure to put other photo examples up for you guys to reference. So first, we got to clear out all this junk. You can tell he just moved in. There was a ladder, wood, stuff on the counter. So I'm going to take that little wall off to the right hand side and create a mini bar there. I think that that would be the perfect area to serve cocktails and drinks. Next, I'm going to get this industrial style dining table. I thought this dining table was very beautiful, and it matches the rustic industrial style of the apartment. I like the shape of these chairs, and I think they add a nice contrast to the more rustic, straightforward dining table. So there you go again with the balance. I put an industrial table with more contemporary modern chairs. Now you have all this space that's on the wall, and I would love to bring in a really big, bold, colorful piece of art. So I'm gonna go with this blue and black piece. It's very interesting, it's very artistic, and I think it really fits the space. And lastly, I'm just going to add this beautiful chandelier. It's a great combination of industrial but also modern, and I think it just ties everything in well. As you can see, we didn't forget about the space up top. We made sure to take care of everything below, like the dining table and the chairs, but we also looked at the empty wall, got a big piece of art that filled the whole wall. And then we didn't forget about the ceiling. We brought that down. We didn't forget about the little space over here for the mini bar. And then we didn't forget about curtains. I'm gonna add in these curtains here. Usually I would put them all the way down to the floor, but for the sake of Photoshop and my lack of Photoshopping editing skills, we're gonna just keep them as is. But I would have them go from the ceiling all the way to the floor to create a more grand space. And that's it for this design. What do you guys think? I really like this. I would like this one for myself. It's definitely something that I would do in my own space, especially the art piece. I love the art piece. I wonder if I can get that. I think I got this on Etsy. Did I get it on Etsy? I don't remember. I gotta figure it out. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Okay, and lastly is this ugly bedroom that I found online. I'm sorry, but this bedroom is not, it's so uninspiring. It's just so uninspiring. So we're really gonna make it inspirational. So first things first, we got to get rid of this sad bed. It's not doing anybody any favors. It's just sitting there adding nothing. So we are going to get a mid-century modern bed because I think this will fit the space nice. With a small space like this, you really want to go bold. And when I say bold, I mean like bold colors and strong, interesting choices. So I'm going to go with a mid-century modern walnut bed that goes from wall to wall with the headboard. I think it makes a statement, and I'm going to keep the bed sheets plain white. I'm only going to bring in color on the bed with my throw blanket and with my accent pillows. So I'm going to leave that as is, but because it's a small space, I don't want to get a little bed. If you notice in the before picture, that bed has it's small. The headboard doesn't go all the way to each wall, and the sides of the bed are just cluttered with stuff. There's just packed with all this stuff, and it's making the room feel small. And so what you want to do is get rid of the clutter and get bigger, bolder pieces, and that's exactly what this bed frame does. So we're gonna get this bed frame, have the headboard go wall to wall, and then it has that built-in side table or nightstand so you can put your phone, your water, whatever it is that you need. I would absolutely love a plaid or a gingham throw blanket, but I'm going to go with this solid yellow one that has a little bit of texture. Yellow is a really bold, bright color, and I think it makes a statement in a space. So we're gonna just lay that on the end of the bed. And then we're going to go really bold with these red wall sconces. This is more trendy right now, but it does have a vintage design to it. So again, we're mixing old with new. The pop of red really adds to the space, and it makes it feel really intentional and well styled. Next, I like to have art above the bed, but get a big piece. The piece that I found is a little smaller than I would want, but you guys still get the point. Just get a big piece of art and put it right above the bed. And I like, as you saw from the previous examples, to tie my art into the space, and it just ties everything in very nicely. Even the red of his lips ties in the wall sconces. Lastly, I'm just gonna add this cylinder lumbar pillow to finish everything off. and we're all done. If I would go a step further, if you saw the floor, I would add a plush, rich colored rug. I really like this reddish orange rug from Arvin Alano's collection, or maybe even something from Nordic Knots. I love this red as well. Something nice and rich and solid without a lot of patterns because it's such a small space. Would be a really good choice. And that's it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next weekend. Bye.